Alright, it is time for another Ship With Me video. This is the first Ship With Me I'm doing in January, so thankfully it is much better than the last two Ship With Me videos. Sales were actually pretty good this weekend, so let's get started. Let's jump into Friday. I don't have a ton of time because I gotta get home to my baby girl to feed her. Okay, so the first day, Friday, I had $532.99 in sales, which gave me a profit of $359.34. So let's get wrapping this stuff up and I'm gonna show you what sold. Okay, let's grab some tissue paper. Okay, so I'm actually gonna start out with my only eBay sale of the day. And it was this Free People sweater. It's a really cute sweater. I love the style of the sweater. It's called the Swim Too Deep sweater. It's a really big, oversized, chunky knit sweater. This was in a yellow color. And I actually had this quite a while. I had it listed for $90 and I received an offer on eBay for $60. So I went ahead and accepted that. It's about 30% off, which is pretty typical for my sales. I offer 30% off offers on both Poshmark and eBay. Right off the bat when someone likes something. So when I received an offer for about 30% off, I went ahead and accepted it. Alright, this is not gonna work. And so okay, so it sold for $60 with $9.99 shipping, which gave me, after shipping, I did calculate shipping ahead of time, a gross profit of $43.94, and it took 363 days to sell, which is a long time for a sweater this cute. So I don't know why. It's probably because I just listed it last year, and then almost exactly last year, and then maybe it was too late in the season. Who knows? Okay, so I am going to ship this in an extra large eco enclosed mailer. Some of y'all were asking about the mailers that I use and why I use them. I have these eco enclosed mailers. You can't get them on Amazon. You have to go to eco enclosed. I had like a crisis a while ago where I was like, oh my gosh, my business is creating so much waste. So I did a research on like the most environmentally friendly shipping supplies. And this is really, I think, the best one. First of all, it's got two things so that it can be reused, which is really the most important part when it comes to packaging. And then it's also made from 100% recycled materials. Still, it's a plastic poly mailer. Tyvek mailers are also plastic, so they're really difficult to recycle. And so that alone makes boxes better, but then boxes are heavier, which has a larger carbon footprint, so you kind of have to like weigh both sides if you really care about the environment and stuff in terms of your shipping supplies. But that's one reason why I just started buying eco-enclosed mailers. They're more expensive. But also, if you ever ship, first class, you're gonna need some kind of mailer, whether that's on eBay or Mercari or whatever, because you can't use the free shipping supplies from USPS. So I would recommend having some kind of mailer. I actually did recently order some cheaper mailers from Amazon. I've actually decided I'm gonna start using the Tyvek USPS mailers for Poshmark sales that are $20 or less. I just have a ton of eco-enclosed mailers, so I'll probably continue to use those for more expensive purchases, but for the smaller ones, I'm gonna continue to use those. But ours, for whatever reason, this adhesive strip does not work, so I have to use tape, which is also annoying, and these just are so convenient. Okay, so eBay was actually really slow this weekend. I mean, actually, I had one really good sale on Sunday, but otherwise incredibly slow. So I'm grateful that Poshmark wasn't. All right. So let's move on to Poshmark. Oh. Is it this one? Yeah. Okay, so my first sale was this pair of Athletics pants. I got these at the bins, even though they are new at tag, which is awesome. I love finding new at tag inventory at the bins. So they cost me 75 cents. And I had them listed for 45. And one thing that you're gonna hear a lot through today's video is that not this past weekend, but the weekend before was New Year's weekend. And so I ran a 50% off sale. And so there are a lot of people that after that sale were like, can I still get that deal that I missed? And this was one of them. So I had them listed for 45. Someone messaged me asking if they could receive that offer again. And so I sent it to them for 22, which gave me a gross profit of $15.13. And it took 218 days to sell. So I'm not mad that, you know, they went for half off. It was about time that I moved them. Next is this Free People Baja Stripe. This is actually the same exact thing. I'm pretty sure someone asked, or actually no, someone just messaged me and asked if they could have it for $20, and it costs $36. So actually, it went both ways. So people were asking for the deals, and then also in my mind, I was thinking, okay, well, just last week I was accepting 50% off offers. Why don't I just do it again this weekend if I get 50% off offers? And with sales have actually been good in January. In fact, I am, as of last night, on track to make $23,424 in sales this month, which would be amazing. I don't think I'm actually gonna hit that. I think that's inflated from the sale I ran. But sales have actually been pretty good so far in January, even without that sale. But I'm just, 2023, my motto is, I'm just not in the storage business. Some things, especially if they've been sitting a while, they need to move. So anyway, I had this listed for 36. It sold for 20. I paid $12 for it, so I had a really slim gross profit of $2.28. And it took 227 days to sell, so that's fine with me. I mean, at that point I just really kind of wanted to move it, and I did. And so getting that cash back in order to purchase better inventory, sometimes, especially in retail, that's what you have to do. So next actually was a good sale. I've had it quite a while. It's beautiful though, and so I'm glad it sold. It is this black halo dress, really, really pretty. It's a size 0, which I think is why it took a little while to sell. I love black halo. It does take time. Like whenever I sell black halo, it's the same story. It took time to sell, but it sold for a good price. And so I continue to pick it up. Be really careful getting it up here. Okay. I had it listed for $250 and someone sent me an offer for $150, so that's $100 off, which I gladly accepted. I had spent $6.44 on it because I had received it through liquidation, and that gave me a gross profit of $105.89. I did have free shipping on this one. So that was a good sale. It took 477 days to sell. These overalls maybe weren't a good idea. They keep falling down. Oh. Yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you. Well, I bet we have one. So that was a really good sale and really carried, I mean, how much do we have in sales? Like 500? Yeah, 532, so 150 is a substantial portion of that. So very happy with that sale. Okay, I had like 3 Athleta sales back to back because I just listed Athleta pieces and then they all sold super fast. So that was I was really happy about that. I love selling Athleta. The first was this really cute Athleta jacket. I actually really wanted to keep this, but I'm glad I didn't because I need the money more than I need this jacket. And that's the motto that I have in my head all the time. It was this Athleta canopy parachute jacket. I got it at the bins, which was a really good find. It cost 95 cents. And I listed it for 60 based off of comps. And then I received an offer 3 days after listing it for 38. And I just went ahead and accepted it. So that I really wanted 40 for this, but I was like, you know what, Morgan, just 38 is very close to 40. Let's just accept it. So that gave me a gross profit of $29.45, and it took, again, 3 days to sell. So that is great by me. And then I had another Athleta sale. These were, I also wanted to keep these. Someday I will keep a pair of these because I think I would wear them a lot. They are the Salutation jogger, and they are really soft and really nice. I had these listed for, I got these also at the bins. I got these for $1. Had them listed for $55 and then received an offer for $36, and I went ahead and accepted it. That was the same day. So that was a really fast sale, or the next day, sorry, that I listed, because I think I listed it at night and then it sold like the next morning. I love finding Athleta. In fact, after I had these sales and I went to the bins, I was like, I really hope I find more Athleta this trip, and I found one piece, which, whatever, I'm so happy. It's just crazy to think that just this time last year, I was just starting to say, I think I'm gonna start picking up Athleta. Like, it seems to do really well after checking comps. I made a video of brands I'm picking up in 2022, and because I wasn't picking it up previously, and now I just love selling it. Athleta and Lululemon. I knew Lululemon, but I didn't really know Athleta sold this well. So very happy about this sale. And then I had, the next sale was another Athleta sale. And this was, I was thinking this would take a while to sell, but it didn't. It is an Athleta Ultra High Rise Elation Tight in an extra small petite. I'm gonna roll it a little bit. Sometimes I feel like this paper gets a little bit of it. So these, I also got the same trip as the Salutation jogger, and I got it for $1. And I had them listed for $45. Someone sent me an offer for $30. Again, I send 30% off offers when someone likes something, so that would have been $31. So when someone sent me an offer for $30, I gladly accepted it. And that gave me a gross profit of $21.28, and it sold after 2 days. So love Athleta. Okay, and then I had the next sale for so long. It's a great piece. I don't know why it took so long to sell. I feel like it wasn't priced that unreasonably, but you know, I just went ahead and accepted. I'm going with what the market's telling me, and the market is telling me that I had it probably overpriced. So I had this one for 865 days. That's insane. Okay, and it is something I got through liquidation. This new Tag Men's Theory sweater, wool sweater, extra large. It's called the Harmon sweater. Really, really nice. I had it listed for $100, which I don't know what's the retail price. It's not on here. I don't know. I could find it, but anyway. I feel like that's a pretty steep discount from retail, and it's a really, really nice sweater. $100, definitely worth $100 in my humble opinion. Definitely worth $70, but it just wasn't selling. So when someone sent me an offer for $50, I just went ahead and accepted. I probably, you know, if I was more proactive with relisting, probably could have got more for it, but that's okay. I'm still figuring out how to incorporate relisting into my routine. I just don't have time. And even though it's really not that hard to relist, it just, everything takes time. So my cost of goods on this was $6, and with that $50 sale, that gave me a gross profit of $34, and again, sold after 865 days. So I hope the buyer really loves that sweater because they got a great deal on it. And similarly, this is Rebecca Taylor actually can sell really well. The next sale is a Rebecca Taylor sweater, but for whatever reason this piece wasn't. So I went ahead and accepted a much lower offer. So I had this Rebecca Taylor fluff stripe turtleneck sweater listed at $145, and I had it for 477 days. So when I received an offer for 65, which is a little less than 50% off, I just went ahead and accepted it. I was like, you know what, let's just, we need to move these sweaters because I don't want to be in a situation where I'm heading into March and I have a bunch of sweaters for 500 plus days. So I accepted that offer. Happy I did, because it did give me a gross profit of $45.56. So, happy about that. And yeah, it's really nice. Let me use this tape. Rebecca Taylor, yeah, some pieces by Rebecca Taylor can do well, but not all. And it's certainly a brand that retails far higher than it resells for. Typically, there are exceptions to that rule. But I do really like selling their sweaters. I really like selling frame sweaters as well. And then like joie sweaters I really like selling. These brands that typically don't do super well. I mean, they do okay, but they retail versus resale, there's quite a discrepancy. And so, but the sweaters, for whatever reason, I do like selling them. Okay, I think I can use some medium sized. We have 4 different sizes of these eco-enclosed mailers, which is really nice. It's another thing. It's very convenient to use these. It's more eco-friendly, and I just like having the different sizes. It just makes everything more streamlined. Okay. So the next sale was a great one. Some of y'all are saying Lululemon tanks don't sell. Maybe you don't pick up Lululemon tanks anymore, but I do, and I'm glad I do, because it does pay off. And this was a full price sale. I think especially these Swiftly tanks do well. And this was a Lululemon Swiftly Tech Razorback tank. I got it at the bins for 84 cents. And I cost average everything with my cost of goods at the bins, meaning that if, I found 10 things for $10, I would cost average it, just be $1 each. And because it's $1.29 per pound at my bins, oftentimes things come out to around $1. But this one was 84 cents. I had it listed for $40, and it sold for $40, yay, after just 88 days. 88 days might sound like a long time, but to me it's really not that long. And that gave me a gross profit of $29.44. So, hooray. Happy about that. Here's my small size of the Eco Mailer, and it's great for things like this. Round Rock, Texas. Coming at you. Okay. Next This was, okay, so I don't know if y'all saw my last ship with me video, or maybe it was my first ship with me video, I can't remember. But I was talking about, I think it was my first one. I'll link it up on the screen. I was talking about how I had recently in that one just listed a bunch of inventory that was intended for Mogi box. And so this is actually a piece from that. This was a Chico So Slimming skinny pant. Chico's actually surprises me how well it sells. Maybe I'll start picking up more of it. It doesn't sell for a ton of money, obviously, but it sells pretty well. But this was missing the size tag, which I didn't realize when I picked it up, and so because of that, I listed it low, listed it at 25, and I received an offer for 12. I just went ahead and accepted it because it's missing the size dot. I don't know. Okay, my camera shut off, so let me make sure I included the information about that last sale. I spent $1.04 on it, and then I had it listed for 25, received an offer for 12 because it was missing the size tag. I went ahead and accepted it, which gave me a gross profit of $6.29, and I had it for 48 days. And I picked it up specifically to sell in that Mogi box inventory, so I'm happy with how that stuff is selling. Okay, but that is all of Friday sales, so let's grab Saturday sales. Okay, so Saturday I had $571.98 in sales with a profit of $354.88, which I am really happy with. I kind of am mentally aiming for $500 sales days, so hitting that target makes me really happy, especially when Friday and Saturday can be really good sales days, or they can be really slow, especially Friday. So happy that I hit that target on both of those days. Okay, so let's start with our eBay sales. I only had 2 sales on eBay on Saturday, which again, I only had 2 sales on Sunday too, so it doesn't get any better. I had 1, 2, 2. If I was relying on eBay in any, major way, then I would be screwed. And really, I think it's my fault actually, because I wasn't cross-listing as consistently on eBay as I should have been. But anyways, okay, this sale was NYDJ high-rise straight leg jeans. I pick up NYDJ at the bins whenever I come across it, if it's in good condition, because it just sells so consistently for me, around $20, $25, sometimes more. But I listed these for 30. I listed these for 30. Yeah, I listed these for 30, sorry. And someone accepted my 30% off offer for 21 plus $7.99 shipping. So it's $28.99. And I am going to ship these in a padded flat rate. Sorry, I know what the shipping cost is going to be, which gave me, including shipping, a gross profit of $15.90, and it sold after 96 days, so about 3 months, which is, I think, my average. Okay. And then I'm also going to ship, I should probably mark this. And I'm also going to ship my other eBay sale in a padded flat rate envelope, which cost $8.30. And this was a Nuitag Harlan gown. I've had this for a very long time. I've had multiple of them. And this I listed for $35 because I think it did have quite a few flaws. And so I received an offer for $20 plus $7.99 shipping, which I accepted and gave me a gross profit of $8.66. That includes, so a lot of y'all were asking, how do I calculate gross profit? Gross profit in accounting terms is your profit, because a lot of you are confusing net profit and gross profit. Gross profit is your profit after all costs associated with the sale of your item. And that is typically called cost of goods. It's kind of confusing because in reselling, and I do this too, we call what we pay for the item cost of goods, that is part of your cost of goods, but also what's included in your cost of goods technically from an accounting perspective is going to be your shipping costs, your fees, and any variable cost that's associated with your sale. So when I say my gross profit is $8.66, that includes shipping, that includes fees, that includes my cost of goods. Okay, so I'm gonna get these shipped out on eBay real quick. Okie dokie. So let's move on to Poshmark sales. The first was another item actually that I purchased for Mogi box. Yeah, this is it. And it is Logo Lori Goldstein. This is a sleeveless draped cardigan in black. I spent 75 cents on it at the bins, and I had it listed for 25, and it sold to a Posher VA offer of 30% off. And when I say Posher VA, I talk about this literally every video, so I won't get into it too much, but basically I use Posher VA. It's a software subscription service that I love and recommend. And I use it to send offers to likers whenever someone likes something. I also use it to send bulk offers every Sunday, which I'll talk about, you know, when we get to Sunday sales. And it also shares my closet for me. So it does a bunch of different services for me. I would highly recommend it if you haven't tried it. You can use my code and you'll get 20% off your first purchase. So you can either have a month subscription or a year subscription. The year subscription, 20% off, that's pretty good. But a month is, you know, great too, especially if you're just trying it out. But you get 2 weeks free also. So you can just try it for free for 2 weeks and see if you like it. And yeah, it's definitely a game changer in a lot of ways. So I'm actually gonna put this in a priority mail because I listed it for 25, it sold for 17, and it gave me a gross profit of $11.13. Sold after only 61 days, so that's really not that bad. I don't know, maybe I'll start picking up Lori Goldstein more often. I don't come across it a ton. But especially their more substantial pieces, I think I might start picking up. Oh, it's going to Bend, Oregon. There we go. Okay, so next was a Lululemon sale, and this was a short sleeve scoop neck tee. I found this also at the bins, and it cost me 81 cents, and I had it listed for 28. I received an offer for 19, and I went ahead and accepted it. Just make sure it's black, everything shows up. So that gave me a gross profit of $12.67. And I, of course, love selling Lululemon. And I'll put this again in a priority mailer since our new rule is under $20. And that $19 under 20. And it only took, oh gosh. Oh gosh. And it only took 5 days to sell, so that's great. Next is, okay, this is the second time recently that I've done this. I should have probably tried to get more for this because I listed it and I had 2 offers the day after I listed it, I think, or like, I don't know, 2 days after I listed it. It's a new tag packed infinity scarf that I got at the bins. It's in, you know, pristine condition. And I listed it for 28. It doesn't retail for a ton. I think it retails, I don't know, not for a ton of money, but I listed it for 28. I woke up one morning and I saw that I got an offer for 14, and I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna go ahead and accept it. One morning, I woke up Saturday morning. And then I accept it, and then I'm scrolling through my offers further, and I see that I got an offer for 15 earlier. I'm like, oh, Morgan, but I had an extra $1. And so I need to be better at, you know, checking my email, going through all my offers before just accepting any old one. making, especially with newer inventory, making sure that, you know, I didn't receive a better offer, because that happened to me recently. Another thing too, $1, you know, I'm not kicking myself for that, but it definitely could happen. And it has happened that it was much more than $1. Okay. But it sold really quickly. So yeah, it sold for $14. I received a gross profit of $8.33 because it cost $1 and it sold after only 2 days. So I would pick it up again and maybe try to get a little more for it. Okay, next was a bundle sale, and these were some in-house Revolve brand. One was from a sample sale. I had this big, a ton of sample sale inventory, I think like 2 summers ago. Not this past summer, but the summer before. Still have a bunch of stuff from that, but it actually has surprised me how well it's done. So first was this Tula Rosa vintage floral print button-up midi dress, and then next was this Majorelle Bedford mini dress, which is really pretty. The Majorelle dress I had listed for $100. This Tula Rosa dress I had listed for $60. So I accepted basically a 50% off offer. That comes out to $160. Someone sent me an offer for $80. I just went ahead and accepted. So that means that the Majorelle dress sold for $50 and the Tula Rosa dress sold for $30. I'm actually gonna put this way. So the Majorelle dress gave me a gross profit of $22.97 because my cost of goods was $16.17 on that. And the Tula Rosa dress gave me a gross profit of $14.09. And I had the Majorelle dress for 111 days. I had that Tula Rosa dress, again, we listed it about 1.5 years ago, for 503 days. So I was happy to accept a 50% off offer on this. The Majorelle dress, I maybe could have held out for a little bit more, but it's fine. Okay, and the next sale, talking about holding out for a little bit more. I guess I was just in the spirit of like, let's make a deal, which maybe I need to be in the spirit of more. Whatever gets me, you know, to my sales target, that's what I'm aiming at. That's what I'm focused on. Okay, so let me make sure. Okay. The next sale is a beautiful pair of Dolce & Gabbana leggings. They are floral print. I had these listed for $600. And so, you know, people had received $300 offers recently. Someone countered my $300 offer at $250. And I was like, come on, $300 for these Dolce & Gabbana leggings is a great deal. So I just countered $285. I was like, I'll do $15 more. And then they didn't accept, and then they messaged me like a couple days later. I was like, I'll take your last offer if you send it again. So I made the sale. I got them through liquidation, but they were an expensive liquidation palette. Each piece in that palette was $39.15, but it had some really good pieces in it. So I accepted that offer for $285, which gave me a gross profit of $188.85. I had them for 489 days, so that's quite a while, like 1.5 years. And so for that reason, I was also happy to see them go. But that was a significant sale, you know, to get me through to my $500 sales target. And I'm really happy with that. Oftentimes I just need one really good sale to get me through. But actually the next sale is pretty good too. Okay, so let me make sure. Yes. Side. This was the last sale on Saturday, and it was a Carmen Mark Volvo gown. And this is a brand I didn't know about before liquidation, but it's a very expensive designer that makes gowns. And I don't think there's a huge amount of brand awareness about this brand because it does sit for some time. This one actually only had for 108 days. I thought I had it longer. So that's not too bad. But this I had listed for $175, and someone sent me an offer for $100, and I went ahead and accepted, and that gave me a gross profit of $72.28. So, you know, those two sales came out to $385, which obviously made up a substantial portion of my sales, so I was grateful for that. And I received them both through liquidation, so liquidation inventory is still, I still have a lot of it, and it's still definitely helping my sales as I try to ramp up listing, which after getting COVID and all that, my listing was, I didn't list for a week. So the fact that I'm making pretty good sales after taking a week off from listing, I'm very, very happy with that. I think actually I can use that one. I should grab some of these. But I love selling formal wear, and I'm finding that a lot of formal wear is starting to sell more. I think people are just planning for weddings, and in this new year, I know I'm going to one wedding in April at least, and one wedding in November, so I guess I need to start thinking about what I'm going to wear to those. But I have done a video on formal wear brands, and so I'll link that up on the screen in case you haven't watched that video. It wasn't a very popular video because this is not a very popular category to sell. A lot of people don't like selling formal wear, and for good reason. Like if you sell it on eBay, it has a pretty high return rate, and it has a longer average days till sold. However, it has a really high average sales price, this category does. And because a lot of people don't like selling it, I find that if you specialize in it and if you like know your brands, you can find that inventory a whole lot easier than other categories. Like a lot of people just skip it at Goodwill and so forth. So, okay, next is Sunday. This was the best sales day of the weekend, which is typically the case. And that is because I run, like I was talking about, through Poshmark a 40% off sale on everything in my closet. Actually, you know, I did make some sales from that sale, but I was doing pretty well in sales before I even ran that sale. And because I think I had run a 50% off sale the weekend before, I didn't have as many offers going out to those likers. So we'll see when we go through this, but I feel like I actually didn't have a ton of success from running that 40% off sale, which I have varied levels of success week to week. But I had pretty good sales otherwise, so in total I had $999.98, almost $1,000 sales day, 2 cents off in sales, and then my gross profit was $610.48. So very happy with my sales on Sunday. Let's dive into it. Should we start with eBay again? Sure. Okay, so the first was another NYDJ pair of jeans, and again I had these listed for $30, and I sent 30% off offers to likers, and someone accepted it, so it sold for $21 plus $7.99 shipping. Again, I was like, dang, that must be a sweet spot for NYDJ jeans on eBay. It was interesting because I was looking at my fees, and since it sold for the exact same price and is the same category and everything, the fees on eBay should have been the same, but they weren't. I don't understand eBay fees at all. Anyway, so they sold for $21 plus $7.99 shipping, which gave me a gross profit after shipping, because I'm going to ship it in a padded flat rate of $15.74, and they sold after only 6 days, so that's really great. And then my second sale on eBay of the day, my second and last sale, was a really good one. Really helped out my sales. I was actually afraid they weren't going to pay because I think this sold on like Friday or Saturday, and then I had to send a payment reminder, and I was very happy when the payment email came through. but it was this St. John maxi gown. It's got these really beautiful sequins on it. This is actually a return. So when I was sick and not listing, part of what Tomas did was to go through all our returns and make sure they were listed and so forth. And so we ended up listing a lot of returns that were just sitting and weren't listed. And this was one of them. So I'm really happy that we got this dress out and it sold again. So I had it listed for $650, but I received an offer for $300 plus $12.99 shipping. So I went ahead and accepted that, and that gave me a gross profit of $257.68, and it sold after only 20 days. So I probably could have held out for more, but I'm very happy with the sale. So St. John is, let me make sure I get this wrapped well. St. John is one of those brands that retails for a lot, and it will sell. Like, I definitely will pick it up. It just won't retail. It won't resell for as much as it retails for, obviously. But then certain pieces can do really, really well. So, and then certain pieces will just sit and sit and sit. But I received this piece through liquidation. It was a newer piece, and so that always helps. Okay, I'm gonna try to pay attention to this so that I get it wrapped well. It's like wrapping a Christmas gift. Okay. I'm just gonna put it on. Okay, so let me go get these shipped. I'll reach back here. Okay, so those were eBay sales. Now let's tackle Poshmark sales. So let's start with, a pair of booties. These are Lucky Brand Brawly booty in a size 9.5. I got these at the bins for 96 cents. And we pre-package our shoes, which just makes shipping them out really nice and easy. I had them listed for $35, and someone accepted my Poshmark VA offer of 30% off for $24, which gave me a gross profit of $16.52, and they sold after only 112 days. So I think that is not too bad. It's about, 4 months. Lucky Brand used to be, Lucky Brand booties used to just fly. And it was one of those reselling things that you just, whenever you came across them, you picked them up and they did really well. And now they don't, for me anyway, they don't sell quite as quickly, but they'll usually sell around $20-25. And if I find them in good enough condition at the bins, I'll pick them up. But that's the other problem with Lucky Brand booties, is that I rarely find them in good enough condition to resell. Okay, next, oh man, it's gonna be hard to find it in here, is a bikini bottom. Got it. All right, this I got through liquidation as well. Had it for quite a while. Wow, 688 days. Man, so I spent $9.89. Oh, okay, so it is a brand, I think is this an in-house Revolve brand, or is it just sold at Revolve? I'm not sure. Love Wave. And it is the Love Wave Petal Bikini Bottom. Whenever I see bikini bottom, I think of SpongeBob. Spent $9.89 on these. I had them listed for $50, and Someone again accepted my Poshmark 30% off offer, which was $35, and that gave me a gross profit of $16.39, and I had it, yeah, again, 688 days, so quite a while. Put it in that little small mailer again. Okay, next is a pair of cut from the cloth jeans, and here we are. This is another piece from the bins. I spent $1 on these. I had them listed for $32, and someone accepted my 30% off offer for $22. Which gave me a gross profit of $14.88, and I had it only listed for 4 days, so that was a good flip. Cut from the cloth is, I'll always pick it up, and I'll either give it to my friends who sell pants, or especially if we're short on inventory, I will sell it myself. Yeah, it's a really good bread and butter brand, similar to NYDJ. Or like DL 1961, or what else? I don't know, brands like that. Kind of like more mature denim brands. Okay. At least I think of them as being more mature. So next is a huge bundle. Okay. This was a bundle of 10 items, and basically someone sent me a 50% off offer on this, and I went ahead and accepted it. So let's pull these things out and go through them. First was this Showco. Showco is a brand I've never sold before. I found this at the bins, and I Googled it and, or looked at prompts, and I was like, okay, I'll go ahead and try it out. It's this Showco romper, sequin romper. Had this, I got it at the bins for $1.05. I had it listed for $40, and after the bundle discount, it sold for $19.48, which gave me a gross profit of $14.36. Had it for 67 days. Next is a pair, I had 2 pair of girlfriend jeans in here in this bundle, and I got both of them from the Real. So the first I got was a pair of girlfriend Kindle skinny jeans in a size 26. I purchased these for $17.06 and had them listed for $70, and so they sold for $34.09 after that bundle discount, which gave me a gross profit of only $10.04, but I had them only for 20 days, so that's not too bad. I mean, honestly, I would have expected more for them, but because of the whole bundle, I just went ahead and accepted it. The next girlfriend jeans I paid more for, $22.76, but I had them listed for $88. They were the Carolina jean, and so after the bundle discount, they sold for $42.86, and I had a gross profit of $11.35. I had those much longer for 243 days. So I'll have to put those aside. I'll bundle those up together. Next was this MBD Martina blazer dress. Oh, this is a big one. Maybe I'll set it aside as well, but I'll go ahead and tell y'all. I had this for $100. I spent $16.17 on it, and it sold with the discount for $48.70, which gave me a gross profit of $22.62. This was a return item as well, and so we had just recently listed it and relisted it, I should say. Good, because it was money just sitting there, and it sold after only 20 days. Okay, so next was a Bardot dress, sweater dress. I paid $15 for this one. It was new without tag. And I actually didn't get through liquidation, but I can't remember exactly where I got it. And I had it listed for $60 with the bundle. It sold for $29.22, and that gave me a gross profit of $8.20. And then, okay, I have a few more. Next was a Free People Bora Bora crochet tank. It's this one here. And I got that in a Free People palette. I only had one Free People palette, and it was a really big one, and it's still paying off. I'm gonna have to get a big old box for this. And I purchased for $11.34, had it listed for $35. It sold for $17.05, which gave me a gross profit of $2.12. And it took 432 days till sold. Let me get my box set up. Okay. Have a big old box here. I'm just gonna put everything in. Okay, where were we? Here, I can package these guys up together. We're only like halfway through the bundle. Okay, next was a new Young, Fabulous, and Broke Chrissy jumpsuit. I like picking up Young, Fabulous, and Broke when I come across, especially at the bins, but this one wasn't from the bins. It's from liquidation. I've had it a while, not too long, actually 111 days. So I had that listed for $70, and with the bundle I think costs, did I say this, $616? And someone sent me an offer for $300, and so I just went ahead and accepted that. But with that bundle, $34.09 gave me a gross profit of $21.10, and yeah, sold after 111 days. Next was actually something I had just recently listed. It was a new tag Leaf sweater. Leaf is an in-house Nordstrom brand. It might be Nordstrom. No, I think it's Nordstrom. And I had it listed for $25, and so with that bundle it sold for $12.18. Gave me a gross profit of $3.05 after only 22 days. And then the last piece in the bundle was a Free People Reverie sweater. This was, I think, was it also from that Free People palette? No, I think I got this in a different palette because it has a different cost of goods. $8.55, and I had it listed for $78. I'm surprised like this didn't sell. Free People sweaters, I guess, I probably maybe priced them too high because they used to sell so well, and I guess now I should probably go through and just relist all my Free People sweaters for a little bit less. But I had it listed for $78, I believe. $78, yeah. So with this bundle, it sold for $37.99, which gave me a gross profit of $21.67 after 425 days. So that is not a bad gross profit, but it took me so long to sell. Okay, now I gotta get all this stuff packaged up. But yeah, the old me would have countered $300, probably would have tried to get at least 60 or 40% off. But the new me is, I think especially when you start sourcing at the bins, your mentality shifts and you become kind of more of a volume seller, and so you're just trying to move stuff. I think when you are doing a high ASP business model, and I did a video, well actually it was the first module in our course, but I released it on YouTube about the different business models within reselling, And I talked about in the summer how I was switching my business models, but if you didn't watch that video, I'll link it up on the screen. It's a really good one. I highly recommend it. If I do say so myself. It was a part of our course. But anyways, I switched business models, and when you switch from high ASP business model to a high volume or low COGS business model, then you just have a different mentality. You just want to move things, and that's kind of what I've been really thinking about and really been focused on, and I'm doing so with success, so I'm not upset about it. Okay, I've got to get that Chrissy jumpsuit, the leaf sweater, and the Free People sweater. Okay, that bundle came out to £9, so I had to purchase a heavier label for it, and that label came out to $18, which over 10 items, the cost average isn't that bad, but still, it's crazy. Okay, next, after that massive sale, okay, so after that massive sale, I then ran a 40% off sale. So that's when those sales started happening. And the first was an Everlane. This was so cute. The ruched air blouse with puffed sleeves. So cute. I got this at the bins. It was 81 cents. And I had it listed for $40, and someone snagged it for $24 on my 40% off offers that I sent out using Poshmark VA. Just make sure you gotta do a double time with black items. Double, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't know. Anyway, I'm sleep deprived, as always. Okay, so it sold for $24, which gave me a gross profit of $16.67. I love selling Everlane. I love finding at the bins. It doesn't sell for a ton of money. It doesn't retail for a ton of money, but it sells quickly for me typically and reliably. And I really like their pieces and what the company stands for and all that jazz. So next was a Topshop dress. I think it was this one. Let me double check. And I had this for quite a while. Yeah, M52. It sold, I had it, got it through liquidation, cost $3.62. Had it listed for $40 again, sold for $24 again. But this time I had this for 354 days. It gave me a gross profit of $13.86. And yeah, it's good to see it go. Took about a year to sell. Probably the same story where I listed it last year. Just didn't sell within that season, so it took a whole extra year to get it to move just fine. Okay, next was a dress I had recently listed. It is this Socialite. I think it's an Nordstrom in-house brand. Got it through liquidation. Socialite dress. I had it listed for $20. It sold for $12 with 40% off, and gave me a gross profit of $1.33. These were items that I had actually set aside to send us for that up. But then we were so low on inventory that I was like, let's just list these items. So I'm glad they sold. And this and a few few other Nordstrom in-house pieces. And it sold quickly after only 22 days. So happy, you know, just recouping my money and a little change. Assistant. Must have been. Okay. Come on. There we go. Okay, next was a bundle sale. Another one, just 2 pieces this time, not 10. Grateful for both of them. Okay, so this bundle was first one of my favorite bread and butter brands, this Torrid top, and this was a Chalice pin tuck blouse, size 1X, that I had purchased at the bins, listed for $28, and I think this was a 50% off offer again. Someone bundled these 2 and sent me, I think, 50% off. The next was a new from Liquidation Treasure and Bond, which is another, I think, Nordstrom in-house brand. And that was a cowl neck turtleneck sweater that was also 1X that I had listed for $25. So with the bundle was sold, I guess collectively those 2 things are $53, and they sent me a $28 offer. And so the Torrid blouse sold for $14.79, which gave me a gross profit of $10.26 after 19 days. The Treasure and Bond cowl neck, I guess top, it's just a top, sold for $13.21, which gave me a gross profit of $5.78. And it sold after 354 days. So I should have packaged them together. I don't know. Okay. Anyway. But so sold for 28, 2 pieces. That's a pretty good deal. I hope that whoever purchased this likes bundle. I love selling Torrid. I pick it up literally every time I come across it. Okay. And will this fit in the priority mail? Technically it was over $20. So maybe I will put it in here. I don't think it'll fit in there. Okay, next is a Patagonia. I've been selling a lot of these because I think of the cold weather. This Capitoline base layer. I got this at the bins, and so I spent 77 cents. I had it listed for 35 and it sold for 21 with that 40% off sale. And that gave me a gross profit of $14.31, and it sold after 96 days. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in a priority mail package. Okay, and then next is a pair, these Vince Camuto. Yay, I don't have to do anything for these. Shoes. and I'll have a thingy ball on. It's not. And these sold full price, so that's awesome. They were listed for $45 and they sold for $45. I got these through that shoe liquidation palette that I talked about on these Ship With Me videos. I still have a few shoes from that palette and they're just selling well. So yeah, I had these listed for $45, they sold for $45. Love a full price sale. They gave me a gross profit of $24.47 and they sold after 126 days. Okay, next is a Lululemon. These I sold like minutes after I listed them. A line legging. Someone actually sent me, I had them listed for 70, someone sent me an offer for 40, and I countered for 45, and then someone sent me an offer for 50. So I was like, yay, before they accepted, I'm going to go ahead and make more. And yeah, if I ever find Lululemon Align leggings, I pick them up because they sell really well. Got these at the bins for $1. And they gave me a gross profit of $37.28. And yeah, they sold in minutes. So very happy with this sale. And then next is a loft dress. Someone had actually purchased this full price and on accident. They had sent me an offer, like it was listed for 40, they sent me an offer for 18 and I accepted it, but then it didn't go through because of a payment issue or something, and then they accidentally purchased it full price. So I messaged them and I was like, hey, I think you didn't buy this full price. She's like, oh yeah, thank you. And so she purchased it for $18, and I probably could have got more for this dress. It's a size 18. I think this was something that I purchased for a Mogi box, but I was just, again, trying to move things and throw in the bins, not being precious about anything. So my cost of goods for this was $1.28, and that gave me a gross profit of $11.40, and it took 60 days to sell. So I'll definitely put this one in one of those priority mailers. Only a few more sales. What is that? Oh, only 2 more sales. Okay, and then the last sale was a bundle sale. It was this Topshop sweater and this Nuitag Rails jumpsuit. I think this was another essentially 50% off sale. I received both of them through liquidation. They're both Nuitag. This Topshop sweater I had listed for $35, and this bundle sold for $55. And so with the bundle discount, it sold for $18.69, which gave me a gross profit of $6.89. And then this Nuitag Rails jumpsuit. So I had that Topshop sweater for 728 days, which is part of why I was happy to accept that offer. I thought this Rails jumpsuit was going to sell quickly. I think it has a flaw, yeah, which is why it didn't. But I had it listed for $68, and it sold in the bundle for $36.31 with a gross profit of $22.23, and it sold after 290 days. So both of these sold for $55 with discounted shipping. Almost everything, by the way, has some sort of shipping discount, which I forgot to mention throughout this video. But yeah, I do include shipping discounts with everything on Poshmark. Almost. My older listings won't have them because they didn't even have that feature, 800 days ago. But all my newer listings do. And then of course any like bundle sale, I think, or any offer is going to include a shipping discount. Because they require you to. Okay. So, got this all packaged up nice and neat. Put it in one of these mailers. Okay, and that is the video. So my total sales for the weekend came out to $2,104.95, which I'm really happy with. Like double what my last Ship With Me video was, which is much needed. Very happy. It's a great way to start off this new year. I mean, it's the second weekend actually of the new year, but you know what I mean. And that gave me a gross profit total for the weekend of $1,324.70. So yay, very, very happy with those sales. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this type of video, I am planning on releasing one every Monday. So I film this on Monday and then release it the next Monday. So if you're watching this, these sales are basically from a week ago, and we're gonna do them every Monday. So if you like it, be sure to give this video a big old thumbs up, subscribe to our channel. We're also doing, of course, thrift with me videos and sit down videos, and those come out on Thursday. So thank y'all so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed. Try out Poshmark if you haven't already. Use my code. And yeah, I will see y'all in the next one. Okay. Oh, let me know also in the comments down below how your sales are doing, because I'm grateful my sales are okay, but I know that might not be the case for everyone. So let me know in the comments down below. Anyways, okay, I'll see y'all in the next one. Okay, love y'all. Bye.